Hello YouTube, Candice Mole here with some Australian accent tips for you. And today I am going to take a bit of a deeper dive into the Australian English schwa sound. Before I get started, if you are new to this channel, hi! Welcome! I'm Candice, and I usually bring you a whole lot of Australian themed videos. I look at Australian accent tips, interesting slang words, interesting things that you might not know about Australia. So if you have an interest in Australia, maybe you have an Australian friend, and you'd like to relate to them better, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free, costs you nothing. And if you are returning to my channel, thank you very much for coming back. Hello. Nice to see you again. If you have been here before and you also haven't subscribed, click that button for me. Helps me out, helps you out, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So, let's look at this schwa sound. The schwa sound is basically a short vowel sound that is not connected to any letter. In fact, it is interchangeable, so you can use this in place of any short vowel sound, A-E-I-O-U. And that's what we're going to go through in this video. If you haven't watched my short vowel sound video, I'll put a little link to it in the top corner so that you can go back and have a look at that, where I break down all of the short vowel sounds and also this schwa sound. To give you a brief recap, the schwa sound is a bit of a nothing sound. So if you imagine that you completely relax your face and the inside of your mouth is completely relaxed and you just make a noise, it's almost the same sound that you might make if you get punched in the belly and just the air comes out. That's really your schwa sound. This sound is often used, particularly when somebody is really comfortable with their Australian dialect or if it's their natural dialect, because it's a sound that comes out when they're not thinking about it. I just said it in the word it. I said not thinking about it, not thinking about it. That's a schwa sound. A lot of people will ask the question, how do I know when to correctly pronounce a short vowel sound like it, or when do I use the schwa sound? A general rule is that the schwa sound will be used if a syllable is not emphasized in a word, if it's not a stressed syllable. Now again, it's English, so there are always exceptions to the rule, but as a general rule, that is a good one to kind of have in your back pocket. For example, if we look at the first word, which is ahead, that A in the beginning is not stressed. The stressed syllable in the word ahead is head, That a, it's not ahead. You would look at that and think, oh, that's probably a short A sound, but instead we replace that short A with a sound, and that's your schwa, okay? So whereas an a is really open, an I is really high, the schwa is completely relaxed, okay? So I'm going to take you through all of the vowels and show you how this sound replaces each one of them. I've stuck to 2-syllable words just to keep it simple. If you have a multi-syllabled word, then sometimes you'll have a long vowel sound, a short vowel sound, and a schwa sound. Or maybe you'll have one emphasized syllable and 2 schwa-based syllables. So again, it's just any syllable that is not emphasized in the word, okay? I'm gonna start with the the short A. So this is when the schwa sound is replacing that short a sound. As I go through these, have a listen and repeat it and see if you can get that sound down. Here we go. Ahead, 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 about. Same thing. Bout, the ow is the emphasized or the stressed syllable in the word about. So the first syllable, that a, becomes a about. Avoid, avoid, avoid. Damage. So the first syllable in damage, da, is the stressed short a, So the second A in that word becomes a schwa. Damage, damage. Effect, effect. Formal. So the for in this word is the stressed syllable. So that A in the second syllable becomes a schwa. Formal. Let's look at some E's. When the schwa replaces an e, a short E sound. Began. The a in began is the stressed syllable. So the began, if you were to emphasize it, becomes b, began. 7. There's 2 E's in the word 7. The first is stressed, se, that's the short e sound. And the second E becomes a schwa. Se-vin, 7. So really just relax your mouth. Vin, vin. Everything inside my mouth is completely relaxed to get that sound. Below, below, below. Taxes. The a is the stressed syllable, so the es at the end becomes a schwa sound. Taxes, is, taxes. Happen, happen, happen. Other, the. The er at the end is a schwa. And usually that's the case. If a word ends in er, it's very often just going to be a sound. Other. So that is when the schwa replaces the short e sound. Moving on to the I. The short I sound is I, but we're going to replace some of those I's with a schwa. Martin. Or if you don't pronounce that T, it can also be Martin. Ma-n. For more information on that T, check out my video on the letter T. Martin. Limit. So that first I is emphasized. So the second I, it's not limit, it's limit. Limit. The same goes for visit. 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 3-syllable word. Equity. E is stressed. Equity. So that middle one, that middle I is a schwa. Equity. Equity. Profit or profit, if you want to hit that hard T. Profit. The I becomes a schwa. And credit. Same again. Credit. Okay? The short O would usually be an O sound, but in these words, it's replaced with a schwa. The first one is today. Today. So you don't say today, even though that's how it reads. That first syllable, because it's not the emphasized syllable, it becomes a schwa. And A is the emphasized syllable. Today. The Australian schwa is very, very similar to the US American schwa. So if you're American, apply the same, probably just apply the same mouth structure, I think. Doctor. Doctor. So the same if a word ends in OR, it's kind of the same as the ER at the end. It's just that at the end, the schwa. Doctor being the non-stressed syllable. Toward. Ward is the stressed syllable, so the TO in the beginning becomes T. Toward. Symbol. 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 Welcome. Welcome. And correct. The ect is the stressed syllable, so the core becomes K. Correct. And you see how my lips are already preparing to shape that R. Correct. Correct. And last but not least, the short U sound would usually be pronounced A, as in up. But in these words, it's going to be a schwa. The first one, album. That al in the beginning is the stressed syllable, so it becomes bum at the end. instead of album. Childish brain. Forum. Forum. And last one, capture. That ch at the end. It's U-R-E. And it's not stressed. The cap is stressed, so it becomes capture rather than capture. That would be a funny word, wouldn't it? So that is the Australian English schwa sound. As I mentioned before, it's interchangeable with different sounds. It's used right across the Australian dialect. So it is a really important one to master. So I hope that this has helped you. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have some more videos that take a bit of a deeper look into these short vowel sounds coming your way very soon. So if you like that sort of thing, if you are working on your Australian dialect, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!